Hey everyone, welcome back to JJC Aerospace after a whole month break. Today we are watching the Starship flight. Yeah, we are watching the Starship's 8th flight, and seems like they just started the timer again from the 40-second hold. The flight got cancelled like a few days ago because something happened and they had to pause at the 40-second mark and not proceed with the flight. Well, we hope it's successful today, so yeah, I wish for the best.
Listen in as he takes us through the final seconds of the count.
T-minus 13 seconds. Okay, we are actually gonna fly again. We haven't flown since flight 7, which have actually failed. Okay, here goes Starship. Take off. Okay, so this is still as incredible as it is all 8 flights. Well, I mean, it failed on the 7th flight, but then the liftoff was still incredibly cool, I guess. This is like my 5th flight of actually watching Starship live. Okay, we are actually around 30 seconds in, and everything is looking great.
All right, we're a little over 40 seconds into the flight. We are seeing 33 out of 33 Raptor engines ignited.
This is actually sort of like flight 7, but with some changes. But this time I won't be able to watch the whole flight, except for like the first 20 minutes, which is just the launch. Unfortunately, I have to watch the replay of the landing of the Starship, so I guess I won't be making a video out of that.
All right, so we're through max Q. That's the heaviest stresses it's kind of seeing on the way up.
Okay,
wow, that was pretty incredible.
Max Q is basically max aerodynamic pressure.
That was amazing. Beautiful views of the vehicle on ascent.
I think we have
away from
hot staging in like 1 or 2 minutes.
Next thing coming up is hot staging. So we're going to look for 6 engines to ignite on ship while we're still attached to the top of the booster. We'll see all but those 3 center engines shut down on booster.
I love hot staging. It's sort of like a flame just lighting up all around the ship. It's cool, actually.
We're hearing the initial call that we are go.
Wow, there's like 934.6k people watching this right now. Can't believe I'm one of them.
Coming up now on hot staging, the ship's engines will ignite.
Yeah, we are approaching hot staging
to the Super Heavy booster, and also while Super Heavy booster will still.
For some reason today the cameras are glitching a bit.
The clamps holding the 2 stages together are going to release. Starship second stage engines will ignite.
Cut off.
Okay, I don't know if they're still going to detach the hot staging ring. Oh yeah, there goes hot staging. You see, there's a flame that lit up all around the ship, and booster has begun boost back burn, and ship is ready to continue its journey to space.
There we go. Ship engines, all 6 Raptors ignited. We're doing that boost back burn. Looks like we got 11 of the 13.
Yeah, we lost 2 engines for some reason.
Sending the booster back. We are still go for booster return, even with 2 Raptors out. During that boost back, we can do a full duration one.
When you land on the launch pad, you technically only need the middle 3 engines.
Space, and then we got a booster hopefully on our way back to Starbase. How's everything going in Hawthorne, Chris?
Everything is looking good. The crowd eagerly followed that ascent and now watching the booster coming back. So as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen here, that is ship continuing. That's a great view of ship continuing on its way to space. They're looking.
Yeah, exactly. This is probably the best view ever, except for like a few camera glitches in the beginning of the video.
Sea level ones there in the center of your screen under our T+ clock. You can see our boost back burn. We're down to 3 engines on the boost back burn.
Yeah, we're ready to land the booster.
On the right-hand side of that telemetry with 6 engines lit, continuing its ascent to orbit, already over 100 kilometers in altitude.
Last time in flight 7, the booster managed to
right now back to
recover
the landing
itself
site
on
and
the
catch site.
launch pad
There's
while
a
the
ship
booster
now.
actually
And we
failed.
just heard a good call out
No,
for
wait.
boost back
Yeah, sorry, the
shutdown.
ship failed.
The next thing we
What am I
should see
saying?
on our screen is the separation of the hot stage from
Oh,
the
okay,
super
they're
heavy
still
booster.
doing
We
the hot
jettisoned that
staging
because we do need
thing.
it for the landing, but on future iterations of the super heavy, that hot stage ring will be incorporated into the booster, and
Yeah.
we will get it back. But for
I
today,
do
you can
believe that.
see it on
It's
the right-hand
to
side of your screen
reduce
there,
weight
just
on the
separating off
booster
from
itself.
the right-hand side of the booster. You can also see the booster doing its liquid oxygen dump there, which is
Yeah, I
exactly
know,
what we
it's
would
literally
expect for it to
dumping
do as
its-
the booster gets itself configured for the landing here. Now, meanwhile, Starship will continue to coast after it reaches orbit for about 40 minutes or so, up to an altitude of 214 kilometers, but it's still got a ways to go there, currently accelerating past 7,500 kilometers per hour there in velocity. And just look at those great views of the booster coming back, the Gulf coastline there. Just
Yeah,
looks
the views are
absolutely
definitely
gorgeous.
great.
Starship is on a nominal trajectory.
And there we hear nominal trajectories all around. And
Ship is
panning
definitely in
speed,
space
we're at
now. The
5
Kármán line
minutes,
is around 100
15
km.
seconds here into the flight. Everything looking good for the Super Heavy and for Starship today. What's
Okay,
his name
we
here at
just
Starbase
hope the
as we
booster
get
is
ready
going to
catch.
literally land back on the pad for the third time ever.
Go.
It was incredible,
Yeah.
guys,
Okay.
to be able to see the mock diamond.
That's actually so
with
cool.
my own eyes. That was amazing. We are standing by for return of booster back to the launch tower.
Nice.
We have heard
That's
that
the
we are
thing I
go
wanted to
for
watch.
the catch of the booster.
Yeah, this coming from one of our long-range tracking cameras, we're able to see the hot stage separate and fly away. So coming up in just about 30 seconds, we're going to look for the landing burn. We're going to command
Raptor chamber push is
those
phenomenal.
13 inner and middle ring engines.
Okay, let's
to
hope
turn
it
on.
does not
13
smash
initially
right
to
on the
bleed
launch
off
pad
all of
and
that
destroy everything.
velocity as we're
That will
slowing down
ruin the
from
fun.
supersonic speed,
Yeah, this is the
essentially
view I'm
moving
looking
down to
for.
only
Like the
3
booster
engines
just
for that precision
literally
flight
flying
into
down
the tower.
Right
and
now,
like
booster
bolting
using
through the
its 4
atmosphere at like
hypersonic grid fins to help guide itself
1,900
through this
km per
atmospheric
hour.
entry back for its precision landing at the launch site. Once again, we're going to ignite.
Yeah,
first
now
the
the
13
resolution
engines.
of like this
see
video
that
of the
coming up
booster
very
landing is a
momentarily.
lot better than the others.
Startup.
In the first one, I remember the bottom of the booster caught a
This is
bit
gonna
of
come down to
fire.
3 engines as the
Nice.
slows down for its.
We are actually really close to the ground.
And we just heard the sonic boom. What an incredible sight.
Nice.
To see the super heavy booster gliding down into the chopstick.
Well, this is
once
one of the
again.
best footages we ever had of the Super Heavy literally coming down. So I think that is great. Now we just need to wait for the ship to
Wow.
get into its orbit and hopefully land
That will
1 hour
never
later, which
get
I won't
old.
be able to watch until
All right. We saw
until
12
I
out of
actually
13 light
have
for
time.
that landing burn. Booster still able to make its way with that final precision burn on the 3 engines in for the tower catch. So booster caught. Meanwhile, keeping an eye on ship. Still got 6 Raptors burning. Those are going to continue for about another minute until we'll
Whoa,
get to
so,
the Starship engine cutoff. Really cool view.
Yeah,
Again,
I
a million
remember
shout
this.
outs to all of our avionics team who make these cameras possible for us. That's looking right down inside essentially the skirt area of ship.
I heard they're
We can
doing some
see
sort of test
A
about
pretty
this
good view
flight.
of all 6 Raptors,
I haven't
especially
quite
those
done
3 inner
research on
ones, one of
flight
which we're gonna
8.
hopefully relight
I think it's
a
just
little
a
bit later.
I think it's just repeating flight 7.
And
But
we just saw some engines go out.
to be honest, I'm not
It
really
looks like we
sure.
are
Oh
losing
wait a
attitude
minute, the ship is
control
in
of the
trouble. It's
ship.
like spinning all around. Yep, we are in trouble because we lost 4 out of the 6 engines, and we do not know what the ship is doing.
Ship FTS is saved.
Yeah, we're probably just gonna
So
lose
we're
the ship
still
again, but
getting video
yeah.
down from the ship. You can see we've lost several engines and we've lost attitude control of the vehicle.
We used to be at 145 km of altitude and at max, And then we're not even sure about how much fuel we have. The altitude is dropping, and yeah, the ship is definitely in huge trouble. The fuel is glitching, and I think we are actually losing connection.
For those of you that just recently joined us, we had a successful liftoff of the 8th test flight of Starship, followed by a successful stage separation. We saw the booster actually.
Yeah, you see the booster right there in the background.
The booster had a successful catch back at the tower. Unfortunately, it seems as though we lost the attitude control of the ship. We are standing by as
we lost the ship 2 times in a row while we had so much experience. So I guess for Flight 9 we're just gonna repeat this whole thing again.
Pretty incredible to take a moment and see the booster just behind us. Certainly a different view than last time.
And at this point, we've essentially lost contact with the ship. We're no longer receiving telemetry at this moment. So we were only about 20 seconds away or so from the end of that ship ascent burn. We saw several of the engines start to cut out. Once you lose enough of those center engines, you're going to lose attitude control. And so we did see the ship start to go into a spin. And at this point, we have lost contact with the ship. So we're going to listen in for a little bit. I think it's pretty obvious we're not going to continue the rest of the mission today, but just give us a couple more minutes.
We have another failure of a flight. That's disappointing. Yeah, you see the crew are trying to work out what's happening with like the ship, but then they clearly have lost connection. And even if we got connection with the ship, then we are not even gonna continue the rest of the mission. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. Well, thank you for watching, and sub to JJC Aerospace. Wait a minute, that's not really the end of the story, is it? Because as you can see, we actually got some views of debris of the ship just flying down and crashing into like the debris response area, as they call it. And I think it's a pretty great view. Well, after the flight, after some investigation, they said an energetic event in the AFT portion of Starship resulted in the loss of several Raptor engines. This in turn led to a loss of attitude control and ultimately a loss of communications with Starship. Final contact with Starship came approximately 9 minutes and 30 seconds after liftoff. So, well, this seems pretty sad, but then Elon promised that there will be another flight in 4 to 6 weeks. So we'll stay tuned to that, and hopefully there's gonna be a new Starship video again soon.